Let's jump right into our topic today. Pixels and the mind, the double-edged sword of technology. It's an intriguing subject, isn't it? Technology acts as a marvelous connector, allowing us to learn, communicate, and innovate like never before. But then there's the flip side. It can weigh heavily on our mental health. So Michael, let me ask, have you ever felt completely overwhelmed by your smartphone?
Oh, totally. I recently got this app that tracks my screen time, and wow, I was shocked to find out I was spending 5 hours a day just on the screen? Is that normal? I mean, how does anyone find time for hobbies anymore, right? Wow.
That's definitely a common experience. I once came across a study indicating that the average person checks their phone over 300 times a day. It's as if we've created this society that thrives on addiction. When we're scrolling through social media, we see these polished highlight reels of everyone else's lives, which can really distort our understanding of reality.
That's such a good point. Does that just create a whole comparison monster? I mean, when I see those influencers having fun on a yacht, I can't help but think, why am I sitting at home instead?
Exactly. It's what I call the compare and despair trap. Imagine you're at the starting line of a race. Instead of focusing on your own unique pace, you're glancing at the person next to you, admiring their flashy shoes, and thinking, wow, I wish I had those. It's crucial to understand that the online world is merely the tip of a much larger iceberg.
Wow, that's so true. I just wonder, do different age groups experience this differently? Is this whole thing more intense for younger folks or something?
Absolutely. It's fascinating how our brains interact with technology depending on our age. For instance, kids today have never known a world without smartphones. They're molded by instant gratification and that constant need for validation from likes and comments. In contrast, you and I, having witnessed the transition, might engage differently with tech, profoundly influencing how we form relationships and view ourselves.
Yeah. That's kind of like riding a bike, isn't it? Kids growing up in a digital world might have different balancing skills compared to us. Like those who fell off their training wheels?
Haha, I love that analogy. Speaking of balance, we really need to tackle the significant mental health impact that perpetual connectivity brings. It's alarming how rates of anxiety and depression are rising among younger populations, often tied to excessive use of technology.
Right, so how do we figure out a better balance? Is there a way to ride this wave without totally wiping out?
Absolutely. Just as with finding your balance on a bike, it's all about moderation and establishing boundaries. Setting time limits for social media use or having tech-free zones, like during family dinners or before bedtime, can make a difference. I remember I once did a digital detox weekend, and it was such an enlightening experience. I rediscovered my passion for reading and painting.
That sounds amazing. So when you say digital detox, do you mean you just completely go off the grid? What was that weekend like for you?
Exactly. I turned off my phone, unplugged the Wi-Fi, and it felt like I was stepping into a majestic time machine. I dove into activities I hadn't done in years, like journaling and taking long walks. Initially, the first few hours were nerve-wracking. I felt anxious, but as time passed, it became liberating. Just me, my thoughts, and the beautiful world around me.
That's wild. I mean, we really don't give ourselves much space to just breathe without the constant connection. It sounds like it was such a refreshing break.
Absolutely. While technology has the power to enhance our connectivity, it can also lead us to disconnect from ourselves and the present moment. It's crucial to practice mindfulness about how and when we engage with it.
Yep, I definitely want to try that digital detox now. Can you imagine a world where everyone just, powered down for a weekend? That could be a total game changer.